All right. Yeah. I actually saw this and I wanted to do it because kind of we do things like this. But also, Scott sent me it on Patreon, which was kind of weird because I've literally found it a couple of days and thought, oh, I saved that to watch later and react to it. And then Scott sent it. So this is a request from Scott. Um, yeah. If I were the devil, Paul Harvey. I think it's like 1965. This was said. Oh yeah, says it right there. Didn't say in the title, but it's right there. A warning from 1965. If I were the devil. Let's go.
If I were the devil, if I were the devil, if I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and four-fifths of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree, thee. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington.
Hmm.
And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames.
Hmm.
If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing. Paul Harvey. Good day.
Crazy. That is pretty crazy for how much that is our society. Not just America, no. All society. I suppose no. To be fair, it's American culture that's like like English culture is kind of gone, really, replaced by American culture. Um, but yes, it's not just America, but the like the gambling thing. Everybody gambles. I know. Do you know what I mean? People that do £5 spins and just £5, £5, £5, right? And they'll go, oh yeah, I won 300, and it's like, yeah, but you've put 3 grand on it in a week, right? madness. But everything in there, it was like you could just literally tick, 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 tick. Yeah. Promote what's bad as being good and what's good as being square. It's true. It reminds me, I think it's a Mortal Technique. I don't know whether he come up with it, but he's a rapper. And he says something about people don't fear darkness, they fear the light. The people feel more comfortable being horrible than they do being nice to somebody. I remember that just one of them lines that just kind of jumps out at you. And you think, yeah. Because obviously, as well, that has a multiple of different things. But yeah, what else did he say? Well, there was so many things. I'd have them drinking alcohol, and the rest I'd have on pills. Yeah, literally from 1965. The church, I'd have them lure priests into being attracted to boys and girls. I wonder if back then, that was such a big story. Because now the Catholic Church, and it's the Catholic Church more, I think, than any other church, but that seems to be the one that gets called out the most. The Catholic Church, I think, more than any, but the thing with the little boys and girls, if you actually start looking into that stuff, it is in every industry, in every like, and it's people that, don't get me wrong, there's people that are into that look creepy, but there's a hell of a lot that you would just never suspect. But yeah, I wonder if back in 1965 that would have been like a lot of the things. I wonder if like back then people would have been almost like offended about even the talk of luring priests. But now it's such just common knowledge. It's like a punchline to jokes. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it is just, yeah, crazy. If I were the devil, I'd just carry on doing exactly what I'm doing. So true. That's actually what made me believe in God, was that realizing that the devil 100% exists. There's too much bad shit in the world. Now, whether you want to say the devil is an energy and God is an energy, whatever, I'll say that any kind of thing of, but you cannot tell me that there isn't a balance to the world. There is a balance in life. Do you know what I mean? Like, um, whether that's conscious or not. But yeah, it wasn't so much I realized that God exists. I 100% started to believe in the devil, and you can't believe in one without the other. Yeah, but yeah, yeah. Let me know your thoughts. But that actually was almost as if it was wrote today. Do you know what I mean? It literally every single word he said, you can relate to our society. But yeah, yeah, that's the reaction. Sweet.